Hello, everyone. Happy Halloween. And if you have children in your life, whether you're a parent or a grandparent, everyone, I think, basically gets the same idea that Halloween is probably one of the most exciting one of the most exciting holidays for kids. And who can blame them? You get free candy all night long and you get to dress up in fun stuff. So I have five top tips for you because one of the joys of seeing your kids having so much fun is to have really great shots. So years later, you can go back and enjoy those memories again. My first tip for you is shoot near light. This is a two-part situation in that the first part is make sure that when you start off in the daylight hours that you're taking a lot of shots because it's that daylight hour that you're really going to get some really beautiful light in the afternoon. As it continues creeping on into the evening, then the next thing you want to do for this first tip is you want to make sure that you are getting really close to available light, such as if you look at my cursor here, you want to get close to those the lights on the front porch, whether it's a front porch light and or light that's coming in through the home. So you want to get closer to that light. Now, another tip, a part of this situation is going back to this picture, run ahead of your kids, and that'll help exercise off the extra calories from digging into their candy bucket. Run ahead of the kids, get your back up against the wall, and then also get shots of the kids interacting with the people passing out the candy. Tip number 2, move in closer. This is an example of being pretty far out, and it's fine to get some of those pictures once in a while, but the pictures that I think will be the most prominent and have the better compositions would be moving in closer. One, you get to see the expression of the people handing out the candy, or also of the child also digging into the candy. Here's another example of moving in closer. And it also just allows the viewer to connect with the subject. And part of it is you bring them in closer to the eyes. Tip number 3 is the focal point. If you're using a camera phone, make sure that you tap, tap, tap on the screen and tap in the area on the face so that it focuses there. It does two things when you do this. One, when the camera is metering for the exposure, and the exposure is whether or not you get a good exposure or whether it's too dark or too light. At night, we're subject to getting blurry images because there's not enough light to make the exposure. When you tap for that focal point on your camera, what happens is it will basically expose for that. So a lot of good things happen when you make sure you tap the screen to focus. Then the fourth tip is stabilize your phone. Whether you have an SLR or a camera phone, you want to stabilize your camera. And you can do that by, again, running ahead, leaning against the wall, but really what helps is bending that elbow. And you can also use railing or fencing and put your arms on that, bend the elbow, stabilize the camera. Another trick is if you don't have things to lean up against, you can lean on yourself, kind of get into a semi-squatting position, and then put your elbow to the knee and then stabilize your phone that way. The fifth tip I have you, the final tip, is if you are using a camera phone, which many people are, look into apps such as Camera Plus, because one thing that it will do is it will have an additional stabilizing feature to stabilize and not get those blurry images. The other feature that it has that's really handy is that it will turn on your flash and hold it on there so that you're not composing a picture in the dark, which makes it a lot harder to see. If you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. I love helping people with photography. It's my passion, and especially getting great pictures of kids is also definitely a passion of mine. Have a great Halloween, and don't dig into that candy dish too much. Have a great time and enjoy the evening. Take care.